Again, they try to make it so I seem like a deranged looking homosexual. Look at this. Look at the still images of the video. They changed my voice, my image, and so on and so forth. Okay, if I was something else, I would tell you that. Okay, if I was gay, I would tell you that. If I was whitewashed, I would tell you that. And I'd explain what led up to that. Okay, I'm not those things, and they're trying to make it seem like it is. So let's look at this thing. Okay, let's look at women for a second. I disagree with the modern women in popular culture, we'll say, about what is a respectable woman. And I should have that right. Especially in a predominantly Christian culture where basically every female is a feminist, perhaps especially Christians. Right? Well, look at the example of Mary, the Virgin Mary. The people who worship Mary in the church, I'm sorry, but this has to be said. You worship her because you see her as a whore. You see Mary as a whore. In the Bible, it doesn't say, then the Virgin Mary died for what she believed. The logical assumption, like the masses of people on the planet, is she was raped and assimilated by Rome. And they said, we value her pussy because it's holy. And they go, ha, 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 and acted like motherfucking bitches. Like bitches. When you truly understand Roman history, you knew they were rapist trash. Orgy, Colosseum, filth. You have no doubt in your mind, as you read Roman history, and you have any sense at all, you said, these people are scum, who think because they built a bunch of things that they're more civilized than everyone else or something. They're horrible, horrible, horrible rape cult, okay, deceiver trash that went around Europe raping and enslaving everyone they could, okay? You have no doubt in your mind. So their Mary worship is like their rites of Cloacina, where they conquer a people, they take their women, and they say because those women chose to live, that their sexual control over them is justified. That is the essence of the rite. There's all kinds of religious nonsense in there, but the essence of what they're getting at and why it's psychological first is that because they chose to live instead of fought to the death or killed themselves like a faithful wife. Now, is it not Romeo, Romeo and Juliet and romance? Okay? So what is the vision for the Christian woman in the Bible? Well, she died in the Colosseum quite often. She got killed, raped, and abused and killed by the Romans. So she died for what she believed instead of what the Bible would say is prostituting themselves to other gods. Now, who are the gods of Rome, right? You have, Apollo and all these guys, but you have Zeus, who is Baal's Greek equivalent. Jupiter is the Roman equivalent of Zeus. So Zeus and Jupiter are basically the same thing, and they're Baal's Greco-Roman equivalent. Okay? So again, they were assimilated by an empire that worships Baal. Just like in the Old Testament when the Jews started worshiping Baal and Elijah's clash with the prophets of Baal and on and on and on, right? You have the Jews again saying we have no king but Caesar. And you see in the Old Testament the king, okay, and Baal, the king of an empire of Baal, who worships Baal, is also considered the living representative of Baal. It's interchangeable. The idol, the king, the name of the deity. Baal, idolatry, the idol of Baal, and the king of Baal are all Baal. So Caesar was a form of Baal. He's the living Baal. He's the living Zeus. He's the representative. He's the head of all priesthoods. It's a little bit confusing because they have their priesthoods and their senates, and they say blah, 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 blah. But Baal, think of Baal as the world Baal. If you understand who Baal really is, you know that it's not the priest of Baal who's the true representative, but it's Caesar. This is a profane psychology idea, and the priest of Baal answers to Caesar and not vice versa. So Caesar is the king, the champion, the Goliath of what Goliath is to Dagon is what Caesar is to Baal. Okay, his representative. Okay, so people in the name of Baal, who is Satan, and Satan, okay, they assimilated the Virgin Mary is their argument. There's no other way to look at it. If they worship Mary because she was pure and dedicated to God, then why are they not pure and dedicated to God? If you focus on an idea your whole life and you're passionate about it, you live and die for that idea. No matter how you slice it. Their worship of Mary is the worship of Venus. who is a prostitute, Ishtar, Inanna, Aphrodite, whore, slut, horrible person deity that leads other women astray and collaborates with deities that deal with the proper order of society. Okay? The deities of so-called justice like Dike and Lady Justice and so on and so forth. And you have Hera and Ceres and Vesta and so on and so forth. These in Hebe and Hecate, these are horrible, horrible women that are aspects of the Roman and Greek women who lead other women to prostitute themselves to the Roman elite. In fact, Roman prostitutes wore heels. So did butchers, right? Like lambs to the slaughter, leading them astray. Okay? That Satan leads you astray. They wore heels. Prostitute these days wear heels. Assorted sluts and strippers wear heels. Women in corporations wear heels. Women at fancy events wear heels because Satan is the god of this world. Money is the root of all evil. Put one and one together. Gold digging sluts, even if they're just middle class, or even if they're lower middle class, just trying to survive. Okay, the modern woman has prostituted herself to Satanism, neocolonialism, and mainstream and historical white colonial culture, which is the culture of Baal and Set. They're even called settlers, and they set you up, and they set the stage, like Set was said to set up Osiris in the story of the coffin, when he had Osiris lay in the coffin, and then he threw him into the ocean. Osiris died, or threw him in the Nile, whatever. He washed up somewhere in Byblos or something, and so on and so forth. Okay, he set him up. He set the stage, the theater of war. Dionysus, theater, religious ecstasy, ritual madness. That's what he's the deity of. Okay, do you understand that the modern woman is supposed to submit to righteousness in me? I'm the top martial artist, God's champion. What Caesar is to Baal is what I am to God. I am God's son, and I'm the top martial artist ever, so I'm the king of kings, who was set apart from all God's representatives through history to be the last and the top martial artist ever. There's a reason the king wears a sword. Jesus says the root and offspring of David who faced Goliath. If you don't know I'm right, you are a stupid, evil, blind, mentally blinded motherfucker.